Morning here in Maine, we're going to talk about map layers. You can see there's a button up here on the master toolbar at Map Business Online. It's like 8 buttons in, 7 buttons in right there, map layers. And you can also see map layers listed here in map and data. There we go. So map and data, if you ever close it, there it is, that little button right there. Opens it right back up again. Map and data is the control button for your map layers. Map and data allows you to turn these map layers off and on and to go inside the map layer and edit the map layer properties. And we've actually spent more time talking about editing map layer properties in blogs and videos than we have about map layers themselves. And I had a contact last week from a chatter who was having difficulty figuring out where a map layer was. And so I wanted to just kind of address it in a video and in a blog so that we have a reference point in our help documentations. So you can see when you create a new map, bada bing, you come to a map of the United States, and typically it's going to be that view of the United States. I like to be drilled in a little bit when I'm talking about map layers. So I'm just going to use my little back button to get back to this view. And when you open up your new map, there's only one layer that's turned on. So these checkboxes all control the map layers. So you can turn off the streets layer if you want to, or you can leave it turned on. You can see that's the basic map in the background. If you drill all the way into a city, you're going to see the street layer. And it's got other options too in that map layer. You'll be able to go in and put on satellite imagery or National Geographic topography. And then you've got the zip code layer, which you could turn on, and we'll see that come up. You've got the county layer, and you can see the county layer I've already done some color coding of, and that color coding capability is evident through my legend. And so the legend is editable and it's right there. I've edited it. I've just color coded the county by clicking the edit gear button and then color coding the map view layer, the map layer, which you can click the button and walk through that process. I just let Map Business Online decide 5 ranges, give me some breakdowns in terms of population. You can see population selected here and color coded the layer by that. That's the county layer. I've made it a little bit transparent so you can see 70% transparent so you can see the background map there. And then I can also turn on the state layer. So we've got 4 layers that are available uh, in Map Business Online when you click the new button and bring up your USA map template. But you could add map layers up here. So let's say you want to add a layer. You've got a variety to choose from. You could add census tracts, which are small, very tiny areas on the map that represent Census Bureau areas of interest for building census data up. And we use that almost like you would zip codes to build territories or to build areas of interest or to just play with the demographic data. The city layer is there, and the city limits layer is there. So cities are points, city limits are boundaried cities. Congressional districts are on there, highways are on there, and then there's metropolitan statistics, a bunch of different school district options, and then the 3-digit zip codes. So 3-digit zip codes are the wider region of zip codes that represent, say, an area of your state. In my state in Massachusetts, where I grew up, I had a zip code of 01966. That's a 5-digit code. That's a 5-digit zip code that we're all familiar with. And the 3-digit zip code would be the 019 section. And that would mean the area of eastern Massachusetts that has all of the 019 or other zip code areas that are just 3 digits. When you decide you need an additional map layer, and probably the one that I think is the most popular is the city limits layer, you would just click on the map layer button, click the city limits, add it to the map. What that does immediately is it sets it up here in map and data and turns on the map layer on the map. And you can see those yellow city limits are right there. And if you can't see them, I can always go in and edit that view a little bit and and make the the make it a little darker, make it more evident, and I'll make it a little bit transparent. So there are all those purple cities on the map. That's a really cool layer. I love that layer. And the difference between the city limits layer, and if I go in and I click the city layer, is that the city layer or the cities layer are just points with names on it. And as you zoom in on the map, you'll see more and more of these cities and city limits. Because the further you zoom in, the more information you can see on the map. And so the cities start to open up and the city names are there. You can see Denver and Centennial and Fort Collins and Colorado Springs, and they're there on the map. Now, when someone goes in and clicks on a map layer, it puts it in the legend, it puts it in map and data. And if for some reason you were to click off the city limits layer, and then you're still looking for city limits and you go up to the add map layers button, you'll see it's no longer there. It's in map and data. So sometimes people get confused and like, I don't have cities in my add map layer button. Well, in fact, you've already added it to the map and it's just unchecked in map and data. And so that's something I like to get across. I'm going to just click on the highway layer as an additional layer to show you. That's kind of neat. If you've done a lot of color coding on the map and you don't have a real clear view back to that street layer in the background, and you could even, there's nothing wrong with just abandoning that background street layer altogether, but you can still put highways on the map for reference or for transportation purposes. All of these functions to do with map layers are for map layers that come with Map Business Online. And it is important to always remember that perhaps the most important map layer of all is the one that you import by going out to your desktop and grabbing your business data with location information embedded in it and adding that to the map. And you'll find lots of blogs out there about how to use Excel spreadsheets in Map Business Online or add your business data to Map Business Online. But that business data set that you bring in for your map is probably the most important map layer of all. Go to mapbusinessonline.com and take our free trial. And now I'll see if I can